This is the kitchen. And I'm just making some coffee. So, with my coffee, I have almond milk, just spilled because I'm not even paying attention. No, I don't measure my cream or my almond milk. I just kind of guess. So that's probably about 2 tablespoons of cream. Maybe 1/4 cup of almond milk. And this is Splenda. Maybe a little bit more. Anyways, here's the living room. This is a painting that I got in Saskatoon, reminding me of my mama. So I got it. She loved horses. Here's our living room. It's kind of a cute little living room. Now somebody's gonna try and get attention. I want to put a chair right here. And maybe a little coffee table or something. And this is Gatsby. Yeah. And it's kind of cute because this goes outside to the backyard, which Gatsby loves because he just sits here and judges everybody in their backyards. And got a decent, a nice little, it's a really nice view when the sun, actually see it, so it's really pretty. And then, yeah, gonna get our day going here. Probably gonna do some shopping because I need fall winter clothes and hit the gym. So I'm going to talk to you guys about how I got into bodybuilding, and not necessarily why I stopped, but why I decided to take a year off from bodybuilding. So I've always been an athletic person, and I decided in 2012 that in 2013 I was going to do my first bikini show. And so I hired a coach and I did my first bikini show in fall of 2013. And I knew very little about nutrition. Like, I had gradually been getting into eating healthier and going to the gym. I'd never trained legs before. So I hired somebody to help me out, and it was Albert Villagomez. He was a mutual friend. We became buddies, and he was someone who suggested to me that, you know, he was like, with your athletic ability and you know, just how much you love going to the gym, and I really feel like bikini, like bodybuilding, would be something that would be really good for you, and I think you'd really enjoy it, and I think you'd do well. So I was totally skeptical about the whole thing, and Googled it, looked it up, watched some videos, and I just thought, like, me in a bikini on a stage in front of like hundreds of people, I don't think I could do it. And I'm someone who comes from a background of performance, so singing, dancing, acting, and I honestly just couldn't place myself because I looked at it as like a bikini contest, you know, like a wet t-shirt contest or something. So I was like, I just can't picture myself doing it. After watching a few videos and realizing that bikini was new on the scene, and kind of how it all depends on how you present yourself and how you bring your final package to stage. I was like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna get into this. So the first prep with Albert was amazing. I was eating a lot of food at the beginning. I was doing minimal cardio. I can honestly say I think I cut for 16 weeks, and I started at 136 pounds, and I got up to 145, I think. So I gained 10 pounds in the off season, and I can honestly tell you that not one time in the off season did I feel depressed or shitty about myself. I was very motivated, and I kept in the back of my mind, like, this weight's gonna come off, and I'm building muscle, and I'm excited. So I was very, very motivated. I didn't cheat once. I stuck to every single meal plan that he gave me. It was actually incredible how determined I was the whole time. I would have cheat meals. So once a week I would get to go out for supper and do stuff with other people. I didn't drink alcohol during my prep. That was just a personal choice. I dropped down to 123 pounds for stage weight, which for me is ridiculously tiny. Super, super tiny. So I remember showing up for my first bikini show in 2013, and I had such great support from my friends and my family. What are you doing? You weren't even there. You weren't even born yet. So I had such a great support system, including my coach, including my boyfriend at the time, my brothers. Everybody was very supportive. And I will never forget showing up, looking around the room, and seeing how shredded some of these girls were. And I was just like, what the f am I doing here? Like, why am I here? I made such a big mistake. I do not belong here, and I'm just way out of my league. So I remember getting out my cell phone and texting my boyfriend and my family and just being like, I'm not, like, I don't think I can do this. And, you know, they were all like, you can do it. Like, you know, you're going to regret it if you don't do it. You never know what's going to happen. Maybe you'll do well, like but you're going to regret it if you don't do it. And so I'll never forget looking at her name is Leah Donaldson, great physique. So I'll never forget looking at her, and I was like, if anyone beats me, it's going to be her, because she is absolutely shredded. She had like this crazy abs and like the 6-pack, and I was just like, hey, I'm here trying my best. So walking up to get on stage, my mom passed away when I was 12. So every now and then she'll send me little signs and letting me know that she's there. I truly believe in that. Letting me know that she is watching me and her presence is always there, but she definitely reminds me at times when in my life when I really, really need to be reminded that she is still around. So I was walking up the stairs to go on stage, still having major doubts in my mind, thinking like, this is so stupid. I don't even know why I got into this. I'm making a huge mistake. And I was grabbing onto the railing. I told a couple people the story. I was grabbing onto the railing, pulling myself up the stairs because I was so tired. And there was a piece of tape, like a piece of, not Scotch tape, but like packing tape, either way, the white tape that you can write on, wrapped around the banister, and it like caught my hand, and my hand kind of like pulled it off of the banister. And so first, I honestly don't even know what came over me, but I unwrapped it and I pulled it like this and looked down. No word of a lie, written in it with black felt was my name. My name spelled exactly how it's spelled, Lindsay. That is no word of a lie. That's a true friggin' story. I needed that moment, and it was amazing, and I will never ever forget it. And I just pulled myself up the stage, and I was like, you know what? I'm supposed to be here. Like, I don't know why I'm supposed to be here, but that was just a telling moment for me that I'm where I'm supposed to be, and it's all gonna be okay. So I stepped on stage and was shitting myself the whole time. I'll insert photos of how I looked on stage in 2013. And I placed second to Leah, which honestly, I remember after the morning show, my friends and my family were like, it's gonna be between you and that Leah girl. Totally depends if they're going for shape or if they're going for like lean, dry physique, and she definitely had it. So of course, I was disappointed because you give a lot and everyone wants to be first place. And I was definitely being a little bitch. Like I got second place and I just remember stepping off stage and looking and crying. Like I cried. Oh. I was like, I can't believe it. Like I can't believe I got second. Now I would fucking kill for second, but I should stop swearing so much. So I stepped off stage, cried. I was like, I can't believe I got second. My dad was like, don't you dare sit here and feel bad about second place. Like, do not cry about it. Like, you did amazing, you did awesome. So don't for one moment discredit yourself. So I had my moment of like, oh, I suck. But then honestly, as time went on, I was super, super appreciative of my placing. So that was novice, and then two weeks later, novice I competed at 128, and then 2 weeks later was provincials, either 2 weeks or 1 week later. So I was eating carbs right up until the show both times. The second time we took carbs, depleted carbs a little bit, just so that we could drop a little bit more fat in the meantime. And that's when I got down to 123. And I thought, like, okay, if this Leah girl shows up, still don't have abs, but I'm gonna give her a run for her money. So she did, looked amazing, and I was like, here we go, this is really gonna be the telling tale. And I remember they called third place, and it was me, and I was like, what? Totally shocked. And the woman, I say woman because she was like, I think twice my age. She was at novice. I honestly didn't even notice her at novice. I'm just being honest. I didn't even notice her. And at provincials, she placed second. So I got third, she got second, Leah got first. And that's when I was pissed. Like, I was upset then. And I was like, this whole sport's a friggin' joke. Like, why do I even waste my time? This is garbage. And then after that show, we didn't discuss about a reverse. We didn't talk about reversing, slowly upping calories and slowly decreasing cardio. I was just kind of on my own. Like, we never discussed it. And so I spent a lot of months screwing around with diet, trying to maintain my tiny physique, trying to stay at 123, which is just stupid because it's unrealistic to think that you're going to be able to stay at stage weight for the rest of your life, unless you want to keep living the way that you're living, eating very, very minimal calories and doing extreme cardio. And so I screwed around a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I partied a lot in 2013 after that competition. Lots of wine and gringos and sangrias and cheesecake, pizza. I just kind of went to town. But I had the thing where everyone gets it. They restrict, and then binge on the weekends, and then you're like feel guilty all week, and then restrict, binge on the weekend. And so I gradually worked myself up. I think provincials were in May. So June, July, August, September, October, November. In 6 months, I gradually gained 10 pounds, which honestly I would kill if I to get back down to that weight at some point. So I got up to 136 and in November, and I was just so depressed. I'll insert a photo here of how I looked at 136, and I thought I was fat. So I was like, wow, I really need to get it together. I really need to like tighten up if I want to compete next year again. And so next year would be provincials 2014. So I was like, wow, like I really blew it. So 136, I remember meeting my coach in the fall of 2013 and the winter of 2013, and that was Vince. I was gonna say Vince Vaughn. Vince Warwick, who was a really, really great coach. I hired him, and we met up. I had photos with me. I had my logging, everything with me. And he asked what I ate in a day, and it was embarrassing at that point. Like, I was like, oh, I eat a lot of fruit and chicken, and yeah, I eat smoothies. Yeah, and he was just kind of like, okay, but like, what else? I was like, I don't eat dairy, don't worry. Like, I don't eat dairy, so you're welcome. And he was like, why? And I was like, well, dairy's bad for you. And he was like, dairy, if you have allergies, it is definitely bad for you. But unless you have allergies, then you can definitely, it's okay to incorporate dairy into your life. And so he was like, I'll never forget, he wrote up a plan for me, and it was, my God, it was lots of food. So I remember one of the options was like, any yogurt you want with a serving of nuts. And I was like, holy fuck, did I absolutely win the lottery with this guy? I can eat yogurt. And so my whole mindset, it's interesting when you're fluttering around by yourself and then you actually hire a coach. So just how your mindset changes, because the control is in someone else's hands. You no longer have to stress about it. You no longer have to worry about it. You're placing the stress in someone else's hands and being like, you deal with it, because I'm so sick of dealing with it. So I honestly just felt so much better mentally. So much anxiety was taken off my shoulders, because I was doing what someone else told me to do, and it was for a goal, it was for something. So I just felt so much better about myself. My goal again was to drop down to 123 stage weight. I gained again. I think I got up again to about 145 in the off season. And then when I started to cut, it was a lot of extremes. Like, this was the most extreme that I've ever dieted up until that point. Like, this to me, I think, showed me a lot of what bodybuilding is. In the meantime, in 2013, I had gotten engaged. Whole other story, but I got engaged, and our wedding was in 2014. After provincials, my goal was, if I make it to provincials, then we're going to nationals, and then I'm getting married. This is where shit got real.